Hi, it's Jeff again with Family Legacy Estate Sale. This video is about graded toys. The action figures being graded is a relatively new part of the hobby, and it serves an important purpose. If you've seen my videos on comic books and coins being graded, you know that I have an opinion on grading, that it does serve a purpose. But it's not the right thing to do in all cases. So here's what I've got to show you today. I've got a 1977 AFA graded Luke Skywalker figure. And I've got a raw 1980 Rebel Soldier Star Wars figure. So what does the grading bring to the table? Well, for Star Wars figures specifically, it can be very important, because you can see in here that Luke's lightsaber is there. It's a yellow accessory. There is a ton of reproduction guns and lightsabers and accessories for the original Star Wars figures out there. So if you're going to spend big money on some of these Star Wars figures, you got to make sure that you're getting the original parts with them. And that's where grading is important. So I'm a big fan of graded coins, toys, comic books. If it's something that was intended to be used, read, played with, circulated when it was originally created. I feel a little bit differently when it comes to newer toys, though. I see here's a Batmobile that was released in about 1990, still in its original packaging. I see people grading, sealed toys from the 90s and even newer ones. Since the 90s, there's a whole bunch of people that actually saved and did not open toys. That means they're not that rare. So what you end up doing if you were to buy something like this graded, you've got a $5 item that probably costs $20 to grade. Now you're paying $25 because you're going to pay for that grading that somebody did for it. You're paying $25 for something that's not rare, and it's probably not worth what you paid for it. And it's not going to go up in value just because it's graded, because there's a lot of them out there. Ninja Turtles are a real common one to have graded in their packaging, and a lot of Ninja Turtles got opened and played with. There's no doubt about it. Okay, but there's also a lot of them that were not opened, and so to pay high premiums just because it's in a plastic holder that somebody says it's authentic and all that kind of thing doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Not to me anyway. So again, I would confine your graded purchases to things that were intended to be used, opened, played with, used, and that really, the threshold for that was about, let's say, earlier than 1990. 1990 and post 1990 is where people have been saving and not opening things. Anything prior to that, buying something graded, maybe not a bad idea. Especially if you get into stuff that's really expensive. So do what you do your homework. Buy graded toys or coins or comic books where you see fit for your collection, but remember, try not to pay just because it's graded. You're paying a premium for that no matter what, and make sure you're getting the value for the grading, which is authenticating that it's a real figure, that it's got its real accessories, and it's in not been altered or changed in any way. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Keep tuned in for future videos on collectibles, and we'll see you next time.